Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the weekend and just a few minutes of sharing around projections, what they are, we all do them and why we do them. So projections are something we may not be aware of we're doing, and it is a lot to do with our level of self-awareness and our level of accountability of our stuff and what we put on others. So projections can be, you've said something that triggers me, and rather than own my trigger, I might not be aware of my trigger, but rather than own it, I'm going to say to you that you've made me feel horrible, you've upset me, you've made me angry. But remember, projections are, we own our own feelings. If we don't own our own feelings, we're projecting onto others, because nobody can technically make us feel anything, although that can be very hard to withstand if we're in really, really dire circumstances. But projections are not owning our stuff and making somebody else believe. Again, that could be a projection, because we can't make anybody believe anything that they're not willing to believe willingly. But putting on other people what we're feeling. So I was unhappy when you said something to me. So rather than owning that, you're a bad person, and guilt tripping them rather than saying I feel really uncomfortable when something's happened, or forcing and imposing our opinions on others is a projection. I think you should believe something. Why? Oh, because I do. But that's not somebody else's belief. It doesn't have to be. When we impose our views, projections are all about whatever it is, whether it's an uncomfortable feeling, whether we know about it or not. Projections are, I want to make you feel what I'm actually feeling. I want to put on you my discomfort. I want to make you feel a certain way because I'm not happy, rather than I'm not happy, what can I do about this? So if we are not aware equally that we're being projected on, we might get swamped with emotions of upsets. So then we can project back, you made me feel something when you did this, or I'm really hurt, or I don't think I'm a good person now because of something you've said. So when we're on the receiving end of somebody's projections, are we able to see it for what it is, or do we get swamped in emotion? If we get swamped in emotion, we'll probably go around in a goldfish bowl, stuck with how could that person treat me like that, or I feel really guilty, or when actually maybe we've just been manipulated and we didn't realise. So if we can look at the behaviour rather than the emotional stuff that's coming our way, think, oh, what's that person doing? I can see that they're really unsettled. But rather than actually owning that they're unsettled, or they're put out by something, they're having a go at me instead, or they're blaming me for something where actually they could have taken action, they could have done that for themselves. They're blaming me for their discomfort. That way we're not flooded by the emotion, we're not blocked and then stuck in something that we believe now defines us. We are this person because they've said. We're not. Is it a projection, or are they speaking a truth to us and that we need to be able to own it? Not always easy, but if we can sort of step away from the emotion for a moment and observe the behaviour of what's going on and think, actually I think that person's stuck in something, or they're not happy with themselves. I don't have to take on what they've just put on me because of their discomfort. Own our projections, observe them in others. It's just a learning curve. Have a good weekend.